That's win number one. Avs win over the Dallas Stars 5-1 in Game 1 of Round 1. This was playoff hockey. Everything was harder to earn. Everything needed to be worked. Everything needed to be capitalized on. And while it was far from a perfect hockey game, it was pretty darn good from Colorado. At 5-on-5, certainly defensively, I have very few notes here. Colorado was excellent, particularly through the neutral zone. Dallas really struggled against this team. Yes, the Avs did give up some chances, but MacKenzie Blackwood was fantastic for this entire game. And while the Avs didn't generate a ton of dangerous stuff, they generated enough, and they got some good bounces. Tight playoff games, two good teams, there are going to be games that get decided by good bounces. And don't get me wrong, the Avs had good luck in this game, absolutely. But that is also luck that they earned. We'll get to the power plays in a minute, but at 5-on-5, in every single period, the Avs out-attempted, outshot, and when it was within one or tied, outchanced the Dallas Stars. They were, at even strength, definitively the better team in this game, and it's hard not to believe that the bounces they got were deserved. With that being said, the special teams were a different story. Just a few minutes into this game, the Avs get a minute and 30 of 5-on-3 time, and they do not capitalize on it. Certainly not the auspicious start you're looking for. They shortly after that take a penalty of their own that the PK honestly didn't look great. Dallas was firing pucks and looked like they were in a good spot, but MacKenzie Blackwood bailed them out of that. This game would go on to be even with both teams scoring power play goals later, which we'll get to, but I do think the power play needs to find a way to not set themselves up for failure like that. Thankfully, the Avs were able to overcome it. Honestly, the first period of 5-on-5 was maybe their best when it comes to the possession metrics. A lot of that possession did feel a little bit hollow at times, though. Again, Dallas did a good job of keeping the Avs to the perimeter, keeping them from generating too much dangerous. The Avs would get some dangerous, but it didn't feel like enough. With that being said, the possession dominance of 5-on-5 would continue through the second period, even if the Avs had nothing to show for the first, which in the moment, with the power plays they had, doesn't feel great. But in a bigger picture, knowing this is the first road period of a playoff series, not being behind is not so bad. As you get into the second, another penalty kill starring Blackwood goes well for the Avs, and a sequence from Blackwood that keeps some dangerous chances out springs the Avs for the first goal of the game a little bit less than halfway through. I made this sequence extra long because I want to show you how it starts. Initially, a shot from out high on Blackwood. He's able to knock it down, but does not get the glove fully on it, but he adjusts immediately tracks the pucks across, stays with it, makes sure the second chance opportunity stays out. When that one comes across and a third chance opportunity is coming for Dallas, he again, through bodies, through contact, reads it, gets in position, gets across to his post, and even reads the shot as it's coming through. He's able to get his shoulders up and off the low crouch he's kind of in and take away the top of the ice too, which prevents a dangerous stretch for Dallas, and then things go the Avs' way from there. A fumbled puck, a lost puck, and the Avs are gone the other way. Necas leaves it to MacKinnon, and MacKinnon is on his horse, immediately up the ice, finding the space, cutting to the middle, creating stuff, even after a scary defensive sequence. This comes to Lehkonen. Lehkonen, simple hockey, baby. Throw the puck towards the net, and what do? You immediately chase it. You go right after it, towards the goal. When that rebound pops out, something good might happen, and that's exactly what happens. Lehkonen doesn't even really get his stick on this. He gets tangled up, his feet get wrapped up, he falls over, and boots this one into the net with a ridiculous bounce. Yes, that goal is obviously nonsense. Lehkonen probably didn't even do that on purpose. It's just a crazy sequence of events that leads to a good bounce off of Lehkonen's foot, which, awesome. That play does not happen if 1, Lehkonen doesn't shoot the puck in the first place, 2, Lehkonen doesn't go to the hard areas of the ice, and 3, the Avs have to put themselves in that situation at all. Nathan MacKinnon does a great job getting through the neutral zone clean, and this became kind of a repeating factor in this game. The Avs were the better team in the neutral zone, both directions, pretty much all night. At times going forward, it wasn't perfect, but on the defensive side, the Avs created a ton. I know that's not related to this goal, but that's really where the Avs won this game. The good bounces for goals are great. The Avs set themselves up with lots of possession time, a lot of things going the right direction. You'll get a bounce eventually. For Lehkonen, he picks a good time. He had not scored for a while down the stretch of the regular season, and if you're going to get lucky, Save it for the playoffs. That is a big goal, of course. It gives the Avs the lead, and the Avs would never trail or even be tied again in this game, so that matters a ton. But the second goal, honestly, most of this season and in most games in the NHL is much bigger. In this one, they get a power play opportunity, and this one they convert. Pretty typical Avs power play setup here. You know the drill. You've got guys along the walls with MacKinnon and Makar doing most of the heavy lifting here. Makar is going to feed off to MacKinnon, and something interesting is happening here. MacKinnon has tried these bumper and seam passes so much that it's actually almost working in reverse. Normally, you want to shoot the puck first to create these gaps and spaces as they have to respect your shot. But MacKinnon has done this overpassing thing so much that it's actually creating space for him to shoot now. Instead of being challenged immediately from the high forward, MacKinnon is given space towards the middle as they try to move into the passing lanes and take away the other side of the ice, and MacKinnon immediately takes that space and fires off a shot. Now, does this puck happen to go off Ilya Lyubushkin's pants and take a great bounce for a changeup? Yes, but it could not have done that if MacKinnon didn't shoot it. Is that another good bounce? You bet. Do I care? No. You want to win a Stanley Cup? You have to get lucky. A lot. But maybe more importantly, this does not feel like the Avs won this game because they got lucky. Yes, the goals were easier for them because the luck went their way. And yes, the luck probably did make a difference in this game, but when you look at the way the Avs underlying played, again, at 5-on-5, they were the better team. And when you look at these chances that end up going in, the actual bounces go their way, but getting opportunities from high danger areas is something that is going to create goals. Oh, by the way, that is MacKinnon's second point. I don't think he played absolute superstar amazing the way I feel about Blackwood in this game, but a 3-point night from the guy who is one of the best producing playoff players in the NHL currently. Yeah, he lives up to the hype. So the Avs skate a 2-goal lead into the second intermission, completely in the driver's seat of this game. And a game like this one becomes even more so important for Colorado. Look, any team is supposed to win with a 2-goal lead going into the third period, but it's important that you do, especially when you are the road team. If you steal game one, you're essentially not the road team anymore. The second game in their building is a free roll to really take command of the series, but even if you lose that one, you're going home 1-1. There are 3 games remaining in the series potentially for you at home, whereas your opponent only has 2. And I know Dallas hasn't won game 1 in a billion years or whatever it is, and that they're injured and yada, yada, yeah. I don't think Dallas played their best in this game. I really do expect a much tougher game in game 2. But for tonight, the Avs beat the opponent in front of them. If you're really looking for a negative for Colorado in this game, 1, Ross Colton got hurt, played just 1 shift in the third period and left, has a lower body injury. That being significant would be bad. Depending on if Gabe Landeskog can slot back in, it might be a pretty easy spot to replace, but of course you would much rather have Colton healthy. And 2, discipline. The Avs took 3 penalties in this game. 2 from Josh Manson and 1 from Ryan Lindgren. While it's understandable your big physical bruisers are going to take some penalties in a playoff series, particularly the first penalty from Manson, I really don't have a problem with. But the second penalty, the one from Lindgren, was a puck over the glass, and the third penalty from Manson was just a needless cross-check. Blackwood's a baller, so you killed 2 of those 3 penalties, but you even then are making your life harder because both Manson and Lindgren are on your penalty kill. And the third one, in the third period, ultimately comes back to bite them. The Avs are in the dying seconds of a power play here. They are exhausted. They've been chasing the play a lot. They've struggled to get the puck out of their own zone. It's a penalty kill. It's tough. Lindgren has an opportunity here. He gets the puck clean on his stick and has a chance to clear it, and he just puts nothing on this. He tries to go up the wall, and that's just a nothing burger clear. It's not getting out, and then the tired Avs team, it just don't have enough left in the tank. This comes back out high. It's a throw through the middle, and a beautiful tip gets put on it that's going to bounce off the ice and up into the side near the camera of the corner of the net. Yeah, you're not stopping that. Bad turnover, sure. Ridiculous tip from Dallas. Puck goes in. That's what's supposed to happen on the power play. It's fine. I'm not actually particularly worried about the penalty kill. I do think you need to be careful with those penalties, though, especially a 2-goal lead in the third period. Clean it up. Just unnecessary. You end up even on the special teams battle. And again, the way the Avs played on 5-on-5 tonight, even in special teams, is good enough. And one of the things I love about sports is you almost always have the opportunity for redemption. Not next year, not next month, not next week, not tomorrow. 5 minutes later, in the NHL, you get the opportunity for redemption. When you make a mistake, you will get another shift. You will get the opportunity to play again and make up for that mistake in some way. We all make mistakes. I make them constantly. There's probably multiple in this video, or I cut out the mistakes and you didn't see them because YouTube not live. Nice. I think we can all agree, even if Marchment did sell it a little bit and did not get hit in the head, it's still a cross-checking penalty and one that Manson did not need to take. That was a mistake. So who is it that gets them that insurance goal back? Okay, technically it's Devon Toews, but Josh Manson sets it up. Dallas on a zone entry here that, while it gets the blue line, ultimately goes nowhere as they just get handled by Charlie Coyle, forces the turnover and gets it up to Logan O'Connor, and the Avs are off to the races. Yes, you have Logan O'Connor and Yoel Kiviranta leading this charge up the ice, but there is zero hesitation from Devon Toews nor Josh Manson. It's full go for Colorado in a one-goal lead game, with 7 minutes left. Play to who you are. This is who the Colorado Avalanche are. They're able to cruise through the neutral zone and call it a 3-on-2, call it a 4-on-3, whatever you want to call it. Manson is able to get this cross-ice pass from Logan, has space to work with, and Dallas is lost. Nobody knows who's covering the defenseman charging to the net, let alone the defenseman with the puck on a rush chance. And this is read beautifully by Manson as they pass all the way to Toews, and Toews taps her home. I know it doesn't feel like it because the Avs slow up at the blue line and go cross ice, but this is a rush chance. There are very few teams in the NHL that generate rush chances at the rate that the Colorado Avalanche do. And frankly, the Dallas Stars can't keep up with the Colorado Avalanche. I already talked about it through the neutral zone, but it's through all three zones, really. The Avs get going quickly, and when they find space, they almost always attack it. Dallas's in-zone defense, excellent tonight. They were in lanes, blocking shots, giving the Avs very, very little space. But when they allowed the Avs to get up to speed, it fell apart a lot for them. That was the goal that broke the camel's back. Dallas really didn't even put up much of a fight through the last 5 minutes of the game from there. It was more like 7 minutes even. Dallas was just not even dangerous, if we're honest, from there. And the Avs are able to close out the game with MacKinnon picking up the empty netter and then Coyle scoring this goal that you're watching right now with a beautiful little play from Jack Drury to get a garbage timer and get on the scoreboard. In a world where you believe these are the two best teams in the West, which I do, and even if you want to throw Vegas in there where this is the two best teams in the Central Division, which I do believe as well, even though I know Winnipeg won, winning a game essentially 3-1 and on the scoreboard 5-1 is pretty darn good. And I think the best part of it is you had a well-rounded attack. Yes, Nathan MacKinnon gave you 3 points, but you also got production from your third and fourth lines too. Your only line that didn't produce a point tonight was your second line, and you got points out of 4 of your 6 defensemen. At the end of the day, of course, you're always going to lean on your top 6, and you're going to need more from your second line going forward, but the Avs are showing it doesn't have to be perfect. They can get it from a depth guy. They can get it from a star. They can get a great goaltending game. They can have their defense chip in. If there's a better way to feel well-rounded about the first game of the playoffs for the Avs, I'm not really sure how you do it. I just love the playoffs, man, and that is an awesome start to it for Colorado. That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. 15 more wins to go. I am Rudo, and that is the stuff. Give me more of that.